Go. Hey, everybody.
Hey, man.
Hey,
What's up?
How's it going?
it's good.
All good, man.
It's good. Big day today. It's been around a week. We've all played Doom the Dark Ages quite a bit, and I think it's about time we come together and discuss our thoughts, what we like, what we don't like, and at the end, rate it as well, out of 10. So I just wanted to gather the A-team here and to see what everybody thinks about it. We're going to cover quite a few things. We're going to cover gameplay, first and foremost, what's most important about a Doom game. We're going to be covering a bit of story, because I think that's always slightly important. Soundtrack, which is something that Lenias will be going into a lot of depth with, because he knows more about soundtracks than any of us. And then we'll probably come up with a wish list of things that we'd like to see in future patches or DLC or whatever. So that's the way I think we should discuss this.
Sounds good, man.
So let's go. So let's start off with gameplay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hear everybody's opinions first, and then I'll pitch in at some point. But I just want to have you guys guide this a bit, and then I can pitch in with my ideas, towards the end of it. So if we look at Doom: The Dark Ages combat, what are the first things that come to mind? What's the big? I mean, we know the introduction of the shield and what that does to combat, and how that makes the gameplay very different from 2016 and Eternal. But what are your first impressions from that big change? So I'll start off with maybe Charles. What do you think?
Oh shit, man. Well,
Surprise attack.
Shit, man. Yeah, surprise attack.
surprise attack. Oh, it's like the freaking nightmare imp, dude. The guy, he's invisible and he just comes at you. So there's a lot of things to keep you busy in the gameplay loop here. It's not like Doom Eternal where you can just use movement and speed with the yeet hook and ballista boost to dodge enemy projectiles and just spam rockets and slob or PB stickies on the enemies. You got to be more thoughtful about combat because you got to plan it out, I think, because you have the heavies, you have the fodders, you have the parries that you need to do in order to make openings for you to attack.
Yeah.
So I think the combat is a lot more it. In some ways it's harder, but some ways it's easier, man, because it causes you to change the way you play the game, Just like
Exactly.
2016 was run and gun shooting, and Eternal was you have movement and then DPS. This game you have to think and plan who's going to shoot at me next, who can I parry, but also who's behind me that Hugo Martin decided to spawn there to try to freaking get me from behind while I'm waiting for a parry attack, right? Because you gotta wait for the opening, but at the same time there's demons trying to dig in you from behind. So I think the gameplay, it kind of forces you to think more about what's in the arena, and you gotta play 3 steps ahead in order to survive, and playing the game on Nightmare, it's definitely not forgiving if you do not plan correctly, man. So I think the combat is challenging. It's challenging, and it's definitely different from Doom Eternal because you have the parry system involved. But it can be very satisfying, dude. If I do the parries correctly, and I can group the demons, and I bust out the NK Ultra and just smack them with it, and it causes area effect damage to the guy next to him, it's awesome, bro. Or if you use the Needler, throw a shield and use the what's it called, man?
The Shredder.
Impaler?
I call it the Needler because it's like the needle gun, but it's a Shredder, yeah. And
the Shredder,
you'll kill the Mancubus you're shooting at, but the ricochets will kill the Mancubus next to him. So it's there's a lot of options to kill demons, but you just kind of have to plan it out before. Like Doom Eternal, you can kind of go in wild guns blazing. Like I'll go in, throw Ice Bomb, Blood Punch, Turbo Turkey Puncher, punch swap the SSG and just like go crazy on DPS. But like in Dark Age, you got to be way more careful and planned out, methodical. I think it's more like it's more cranial than Eternal. Like, even though Eternal, like you still had to think about which demons to prioritize and which attacks to use. Ammo conservation, restacking, and that's another thing. Like it's harder to restack in Dark Ages, so you really have to be thoughtful and methodical about combat, dude. You can't just go in like guns blazing and crazy. You have to really, really think about what you're gonna do, man.
100%.
Yeah.
Lots of good points there, and I'd love to, speak about them further later. So, Lenias, what do you think?
So. At first, like my first thought obviously is the shield. Like I think a lot of the depth of the combat is with the shield. Like obviously you have to take care of it. You cannot block too much. If you block too much, it goes down, and then you're open to the enemy, so he can attack you. And of course, like the parrying, you have to make the timing right. Obviously, also like DPSing the enemies, so you have to shoot and parry. And position yourself with the shield, like with the shield bash. So there's a lot of stuff going on just with the shield, and then we have also a whole bunch of new weapons that we didn't have before in Doom games. I mean, Doom 2016 and Eternal were kind of a bit the same with the weapons. There were some differences, of course, but we also had like micro missiles were the same. The ballista just was called differently, But in Dark Ages, it's just a whole bunch of new weapons.
Yeah.
So I like I couldn't say I like the innovation behind the Dark Ages gameplay and the core gameplay and the combat. And it's something new that you have to master. So it's not just Eternal 2 or Doom 2016 2 or something. It's something completely new. You have to master it. You have to get behind it. You have to get a feeling for it. I remember after my first playthrough, I had a different feeling than after my second playthrough. The more you play it, the more you get behind it, and you get a feeling for, where I have to be, where I can be, where can I not be, so in order to not get killed. And I don't know, should we push criticisms to a later point, or should we like put it here as well?
No, I mean, this is a gameplay section, so you can, if you have criticism, go ahead. Please.
Yeah, so the positives, I just named them. Everything is great. Core gameplay is cool. Like, enemy prioritization is also there. You have to think about what you want to kill first and what not. And resource management as well, of course, also there. All good. But my 2 or 3 main criticisms that I think is just a small section, because the positives outweigh the negatives overall. But the small criticism that I would have would be like weapon swaps are too slow. I know that we're not supposed to DPS combo the enemies, but sometimes I just want to pick a different weapon because it's the best weapon for the situation, but I just can't because I block or I parry, and he just won't accept the input, And what else? It's some minor bugs that I'm sure we'll take care of. So I don't think we have to mention them here. But there were some moments where I thought, like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? I don't remember in Eternal there were so many situations where I thought, there was no way I could escape there, or I couldn't handle it. It was just my skill issue. In the Dark Ages, sometimes if you miss one parry, then it might be enough so that you have an opening and you basically cannot do anything. You're too slow to run away. And I don't know, maybe it will get better with a better skill, but I don't know. At the moment, I think that's maybe something that I feel like Eternal did better.
Yeah.
So that was my gameplay analysis.
Cool. Nameless?
So first things first, the weapon variety is fantastic. I think there's everything for every player. The customization of difficulty is definitely something I wish we had earlier in earlier games. the next thing is it really you're just at this point you're just a tank rolling across the field and just engaging with everything. And what I also love to see is that Dark Ages also somehow managed to implement open world pretty well.
Yeah.
My main concern is like the quick swapping thing. And also the slow-mo on parries.
True.
Yeah.
True.
The slow-mo on parries really, I think it's at some point it kind of stretches out the encounters.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I think I know why they used it. So you just have like a brief moment of just realizing what's happening around you.
Yeah.
But after you beat it once, you just don't wanna. I don't know. I just don't wanna. I don't want to engage with it anymore at all. Like zero.
Yeah.
Same.
No, that's the point.
What I still don't like is the way they dealt with the FUV. It literally just zooms out the camera and doesn't like moves out the hands. Like the view model remains the same. That's what I also didn't like in Eternal as well. I don't remember about 2016 though. It's been too long.
Yeah.
But the level variety is fantastic. The length of the levels are great. The way how they implement the levels in the game itself. Great. I just love it.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a huge game. It's great. A lot of potential of learning things. The explorers will come to their cost as well.
Yeah.
It's just perfect in that case.
Yeah. I think one comment I wanted to make on the slow parry or the slow-mo parry effect. I think you're right. I think they try to replicate what they did in Eternal with the chainsaw, where obviously with the chainsaw savagery that disappears, but like it's a question of slowing down gameplay so you can be aware of what's around you and then decide what to do next. And I think similarly to Eternal, you get tired of that once you master the game and you want things to be sped up because you know exactly, or by instinct, you know what to do next. And I think that's why I think the modding community has to have something. I think what we have right now is a mod that, yes, makes the parrying and the melee faster, but it also increases the speed of the whole game, right? So it sort of breaks the game. With that cheat engine thing, right? So I think I'm looking forward to like a proper mod that only speeds up the melee and parrying, and that's it.
Well, the best case scenario would be if it like patched in a toggle switch or a slider for the slow-mo effect when meleeing and parrying. That would be optimal.
I agree.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree, but I when I was watching, I watched Hugo's stream the other day, and they asked him that. The chat asked him that, and he said, "We're going to work on it, but we can't promise it." So that's not a guarantee. But I hope. So if that's not the case, I hope Prote or somebody else is going to be able to fix it properly. Because I do agree that when you play this, I mean, right now I'm on like maybe 75 hours. I'm on my, I don't even know how many playthroughs I've been on because I'm grinding UN at the moment. So like I've started from scratch many times, and I can tell you that I've reached a point where I want everything to be sped up. And that's not the game speed, because the game speed I'm fine at sticking to 100 or 100 to 150. I'm fine with that, but I want the parrying and the melee to be sped up because I just don't got time for that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's one of my gripes. But speaking of positive things, Charles, you were talking about the game being a lot more cerebral, where you have to think a lot more and prioritize a lot more. And I think you're right, because I don't know if it's me, but like demons hit a lot harder in this game.
They
you
do.
can go to you can go seriously. I mean, especially
You
with these.
stack quick, bro.
Yeah,
Really
that too. But also, like, you know, with these recent patches, I'm not sure if you know this, but they Hugo said that they patched damage to the player recently. They increased that, you know, to make Nightmare harder. Actually, everything from Hurt Me Plenty to Nightmare is now harder, so demons hit harder. And since the update, seriously, I feel like I get hit once by Fodder Demon, I lose like 25% of my health. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I feel.
No, it's
crazy.
bad, dude. Like I got on there streaming one day and like I was fighting Ass Crack, the boss, and like even his parries, like I couldn't. The timing was way off, and the damage was insane, bro. Like and before I even got to him, I was playing in one of the levels. I forget which one it was. It was the probably one of the technical boss levels at the what's it called, man?
Oh yeah, the big mech,
Cosmic Realm?
right?
The Cosmic Realm shit, dude.
The Cosmic Realm,
and it was like the Foreskin Baron was just like crushing me for some reason. It's like, damn, bro, like he gets one hit on you and your shield breaks, right?
The Foreskin Baron.
And then you have no
it.
shield. You have no shield. You have no dash.
Yeah.
You can't, and you can't shield bash any other enemies, so you can't get away. You're just dead. So if you let that guy break your shield at all,
that's what
I was talking about. Like you lose your shield once and you're gone.
Yeah, you have no get out of jail free card. You know.
Yeah, there's no ballista boost. There's no yeet hook. There's no dash. You can't get out.
Yeah.
So I think definitely the difficulty is definitely increased. And even fodder enemies can kill you. So that's why your spatial awareness and your awareness of where the demons are in relation to you while you're fighting, like you could be toe to toe with the cyber demon, and then the Hell Knight comes in that you didn't know he spawned, and he's digging at you while you're trying to wait, or even while you're blocking the cyber demon or parrying the cyber demon, the Hell Knight's still attacking you. And you can't do shit about it. You die. So like you have to be able to like manage multiple demons at once, and then figure out either you take cover, hide behind some geo or something, and take care of those fodders and or heavies before you go for that super heavy. Now, if it was like the Agadon Hunter, it's going to be a little bit different because you don't have to worry about a ranged attack from him, but or the Komodo like running up on you, because like I've been dealing with the Caco Demon. Like he's doing his stupid like left right.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden like the iguana's behind me, like already digging at me from behind. Like what the hell's going on, you know? So it's a combination of memorizing the spawns, and then not forgetting to look behind you or like manage the space, you know, because the demons are going to get you from any angle that they can, and when even the fodders can kill you, you can't take the fodders for granted.
You can't, not in this game.
Yeah, I vividly remember one encounter, like I think it's in the Ancestral Forge, where you get the purple key, and I think it's the second wave. There spawns a Battle Knight that is a bit buffed.
And the Arachnotron in the background.
And
fuck that.
Now when I play that part, I always go first to the Arachnotron, because he will fuck you up in the from a distance with his machine gun.
He'll get you, he'll get you. Yeah.
So enemy prioritization and spawn remembrance in your playthrough, especially on Ultra Nightmare, is so important in this game. But,
damn important.
It
really is.
But I love it, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I think, you know, when I look at, I mean, I'm going to go back to Fodder Demon, but, you know, like, to me, Fodder Demons in Eternal, they're just resources. You look at them, you're like, okay, that's health, that's armor, boom, you know? Quick, easy kills. In this game, they're like, in this game, they fire projectiles that fuck you up. Like, you know? Totally. Those soldiers that fire those two balls connected by little...
2 balls, bro.
Yeah, those ones, man. Seriously, like, sometimes they hit me and I go down to nothing, and I'm like, how? How is this possible?
Yeah, the 2 balls will get you, bro.
Those 2 balls will get you, bro. And I think, I'm not sure if it's because they overtuned certain demon damage numbers or whatever it is, but I think I think they have to tweak a few things, because seriously, when I've been playing, as I said, I've been playing on UN now for the past 3 days, and before the patch, I could make it to level 6, 7 pretty easily. Right now, I'm dying a lot in the first 3 levels, and from nothing. Seriously, from fodder kills, fodder attacks.
Yeah.
So I think that's something they have to look at, and Hugo, I love the guy, but he has to be a bit more. I'm not sure if it's him or if it's somebody in his team that looks at numbers and says, okay, I can see that people on Nightmare are dying too little here, so we have to increase. But I'm thinking, okay, how about thinking about people who want to do this on UN? How does that work for them? Because a lot of people. Again, I think the issue is there's too few of us who want to do this on UN. So I'm not sure we're being looked at as carefully as other people, right?
To their point, there are some people that say that the game was too easy. Like, oh, I beat it on UN first try. I know of TrickU who beat it on stream on UN on the first try, and I know somebody
Default Nightmare?
Ultra Nightmare, yeah, Default Nightmare.
I mean, yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But also, he's a speedrunner. He's probably thousands of hours in Eternal in 2016. So I don't know how much that says, but I know that a lot of people said they found that the game was too easy, and I didn't have the experience. But everybody's allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, but I think also, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people who are saying the game is too easy, they're playing with the sliders. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't touched anything in Nightmare except for game speed.
I mean, I died a lot on my first Default Nightmare playthrough. I died a lot. So,
yeah. Same here. So, I mean, I think the game itself is amazing. There's a lot of good things going for it, and I, even after this, I can't wait to go play it again.
Yeah.
But I think the updates have to be. I think there's things to address, and difficulty is one of them. I think it's been overtuned at the moment. Unless you're happy to play the game on Default Nightmare and you're fine with dying here and there, but doing it on UN, I think it's a bit of a headache when I compare it to Eternal.
Yeah.
But another thing I'd like to, go ahead.
One thing to consider with that statement, though, is Eternal is out for 5 years, and we had a lot of time. I think most of us have at least 1,000 hours in the game, probably, and we know how to handle the situations, and I think we just don't know how to handle the specific situations in the game yet, and I think it will get easier in the future. And I mean, Ultra Nightmare is supposed to be hard. I think.
Yeah.
I think how it is now, it's okay if we can adjust to it. I don't see myself playing Ultra Nightmare soon, but I mean, it is supposed to be a challenge, I think.
Yeah, it is. I just think I'm simply looking at certain things like just fodder damage on the player. I think that to me it seems a bit too high. I'll give you an example. On UN the other day, I was on I think it's called the Abyssal Forest.
Yep.
Is that what the level's called?
Yes.
Do you guys remember that one of the final arenas where there's two, those demons that buff everybody around them? What do you call them?
Yeah.
Leaders, or what do you call them?
Leaders
whatever.
or some shit like that. Yeah, they have the flag.
Yeah, or enforcers or whatever. So
I think I don't remember the names. I'm bad at names. It took me a while.
Yeah. And one of those arenas has 2 of them. So there's one of them, he's a shield guy. So you kill him, he goes away. Yeah. And then there's a Pinky Rider who pops up on the other side of the map, also an enforcer, so everybody's buffed around him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I killed those 2, fine. I was on maybe very low, I was on maybe 50 health or something like that. I get killed by a zombie on UN.
Oh yeah.
1 hit, done. And I think that to me that's excessive, because the game is basically like telling me, okay, you did a good job, you finished this arena, but you didn't look out for this idiot that was right behind you.
Yes.
You know, I mean, like it's things like that can make me rage quite a bit, especially when you're
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking pissed too.
I was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of
It's
my
like
experience
locking in
of
on the
playing Doom.
Marauder and,
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's that?
locking in on the Marauder and then fucking the zombie hits you, bro, while you're waiting for the Marauder to green light, you know?
Yeah, same. But I died to quite a lot of zombies on my first Nightmare playthrough as well. Like, sometimes I was like, what did I die to? Oh, it's a zombie behind me. Okay.
Fucking zombie. And you see the death marker in Ultra Nightmare, and it's like zombie. Or like self.
Self. The rocket launcher, dude.
Sounds more like skill issue, bro.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this shit is just adjusting to the new combat loop, man. Like,
yes,
it is.
Honestly,
it is. Yeah.
It is. It's adjustment. Like, you can't just go in there and blow out full night. I'm one of those gamers. I suck. Well, not now, but like I used to suck at FPS games, like really, really bad, dude. I could play RPGs. I could play Fallout 4 because it's more slow paced, you know.
Yeah.
And Doom 2016, I never played it on anything more than like ultra violence. Same thing with Doom Eternal until Tag 1 dropped, and then I had to like play it on Herbie Play just to beat Tag 1, and I had to fucking scam the extra lives. Like, I'd go back, play previous levels to collect extra lives just to get through like the boss fights with like the Gladiator and the Con Maker, man.
Yeah.
It was just like through sheer will and grindage that I got gooder and beat the demons, like Papa Hugo said, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I have 3,000 hours in Doom Eternal, bro. That's how many fucking hours it took me to get good at that game, you know, like to where I'm at right now. And I think some of us like Draku, he's a fucking like what do you call that? What do you call that, man? What's the name?
Autistic?
Like a Rain Man?
Maybe? Autistic. Yeah, autistic.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
There's another name for like when someone's like 5 years old and they can already play Mozart's piano pieces and shit, dude, like avant-garde or some bullshit, right? I don't know.
I get the point.
But the rest of us, like the other fucking 99.9999999% of us are going to take more than that to get good at the game. Like Lenias and Vidaz, you guys might take 100 hours, 120 hours. Dennis might take 80 hours. It might take 500 hours for me, but like I think it's just a learning curve, man. You just got to get
a learning curve
used to the gameplay, and then because there's weapons, combo, and tech that we don't even know about, man.
Yeah.
Like not yet.
Yeah. There's exploits. There's exploits to high DPS and like stunning the demons and like taking advantage of them that we don't even know about yet because the game is that new, man. So I think it's just going to take time.
Sure does.
Yeah.
We just gotta
always does.
Yeah, grind.
But that also brings me to my next question is, did we, let's say, so now the game's been out for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of playing Eternal, did we feel like it was going to be as deep as we've now figured it out, like 5 years later?
Hell no.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing. But a lot of people are saying right now, a lot of critics of Dark Ages are saying the game is too simple. You're on the ground. There's no dash. There's no this. You can't quick switch. Blah blah blah. Right? So people are saying it's way too simplistic compared to Eternal. Therefore, we're gonna have a hard time discovering exploits and tech.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe that, dude.
Yeah.
No.
I mean the way
you have the shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the shield.
And you can like dash across the arena into a demon, and like that creates a lot of space. It gives you a little bit of health at the same time, and depending on what kind of demon it is, it's either going to stun them or kill them. So like and then you have other options. You can just throw the shield, you can dash with the shield. You have melee options now, and you still have like some pretty badass weaponry still, man. Like you could just spam the grenade launcher. If you've maxed out the grenade launcher, you can just spam that shit in a lot of arenas, and it will just kill everything.
There are a lot of weapons that I previously thought were like weak, but they just slap. Like the heat blast dude. I can make I can put a whole like arena to dust like with just a heat blast. It's insane, but I never even looked at it before in the first playthrough. And the grenade launcher is
underrated.
Yeah, it's just another example.
Yeah.
Like the fire rate is so ridiculous, and the scatter bombs, insane, dude.
Yeah. Scatter bombs, bro. Yeah.
But also,
funny because, like, now. No, go ahead.
Just one thing I just wanted to add because of what Charles says. In Doom Eternal, like the way I play is like, okay, there is an enemy, I meat hook of him, go into the air, do a quick like PB rocket combo, then ballista boost the weight and bunny hop to get to set up and deep blade and then destroy someone else, and none of that was initially like how do you say, planned by the developers. To be the normal gameplay. I think you can say about the dude what you want, but I think like for example, Mayo has a more like gameplay style that I would say that is intended by the developers. Like he sets up Falter from Remote Dead, he uses grenades and stuff, all that shit. Full auto, exactly.
He's using he's way more organized.
Yeah,
he is
strategically.
Yeah.
And so you can play on a high level by doing the intended way, but I don't know if Dark Ages will have like all the meta that Doom Eternal like developed over the years. Like I just mentioned, like yeet hooking, ballista boosting, bunny hopping, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean. One thing that I remember the other day that somebody reminded me of also is that when Eternal came out, one of the most like underused and roasted mods, weapon mods, was this D-Blade, because everybody was like, "Fuck this shit! When you charge it up, you're sitting like you can't move. You have to wait for it to charge up and all that." So we go from that to this S-tier weapon today that it like just gives you a huge amount of DPS. And that's simply because of one thing, because people figure out, hey, if you jump around while charging up, you can actually increase your movement speed, and that's something I don't think was intended by by id when they made the game. So these are all exploits, and I think Eternal is the reason why we played Eternal, all of us, for thousands of hours, is because of all the emergent exploits and tech that people discovered over time, right? I don't think those were intentionally designed by id Software.
They also increased the skill ceiling of the game so much, because a lot of that stuff you have to learn first. For example, the rocket punch swap is technically so high level, you could never demand from any casual player to learn that, because it takes dozens of hours just to get
I still can't do it.
Yeah, me too, man.
But it's so much fun if you can, and it adds a lot of replayability just from that. But it wasn't intended. You cannot expect something like that from a new game.
No.
But
you gotta figure it out. Bro.
Yeah,
you gotta crack
we'll
the
have
code.
to see if Dark Ages like has that kind of stuff also. But for the stuff that we already have, I think it's very, very good, and you have a good amount of stuff that you have to master.
Yeah, we're getting there for sure. One thing I also wanted to discuss is so this is a very sort of criticized aspect of the game, and it has to be spoken. I mean, we have to speak about it. It's the Mech and Dragon sections.
Yes.
Yeah, Charles, what do you think? Go first.
It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Like, I'm not used to dodging or like parrying, because I never played Dark Souls, never played any kind of freaking like Sekiro or none of that shit. It's kind of fun because it's different. It's really, really simple though, especially the mech. The mech is super simple, but at the same time, like when there's sections where they throw like 3 guys at you at once, and one dude's shooting, one dude's like trying to hit you with this fucking his mace. Another guy's like throwing like blades at you, like D-blades, but from a hammer. So there's still that kind of space management where you got to keep the demons kind of lined up so they can't all attack you at once. Like fighting multiple opponents in real life, right? You don't want to have all 3 of them attacking you at once, so you kind of keep them away from you by having them get in each other's way by managing your space, right?
Yeah.
So it's still it's not super easy, but it's not like as hard as some of the actual like Doomslayer combat. And then the dragon parts is kind of like oversimplistic with the dodging and like the like shooting the turrets and whatnot. But I think it's just kind of cool to like it because it breaks up the combat. But then the real payoff is at the end, right?
Yeah.
I think the whole thing was like a plot setup so that I'm going to call the dragon Daisy 2. Right?
Yeah.
So the whole payoff with that is like you get used to flying this dragon. It's bad as fuck. You know, the other little dragons are just tiny compared to it. It kicks ass, and you're bonded with it, right? And then at the end, it tries to save your life. And it does, but at the end it gives up its own life, right? So now you're fucking mad because this fucking ass crack killed your Daisy 2.
Yeah.
So it kind of it's like as like a plot device, it kind of drives the story better that you had all this time to be with the dragon and fly with it instead of just like it being just a cutscene.
Yeah.
Instead of it being a cutscene and then in the story it dies at the end, you're like, oh, it's just a fucking cutscene. Like I'm not really invested in that thing, you know. But I think it's kind of fun. You fly around. It breaks up the game. It's something different to do. The only thing I don't like about it is because some of the levels where you do fly the dragon, like if you're trying to get 100% on that level and you go back because you missed some gold somewhere, now you have to kind of replay through all that, and it's kind of time consuming, you know. But that's the only thing. Like if you don't care about 100%, like you don't care about the collectibles or whatnot, because a lot of people don't. It's kind of me with my OCD, like where I want to go back and get everything, you know.
Yeah.
I think it really adds to like the gameplay as far as giving you something else to do in the game besides the combat, and then it builds on the story, and you feel invested in that character when you're at the end at the boss fight, you know.
Yeah. Related to the dragon, like about him, about Sarah dying, it reminded me of something. Do you guys remember the scene in Tag 2 where Doom Guy flies a dragon, and then he dismounts him, and then like he just pushes his face away? Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, nah, you're not the real dragon. Fuck off, like
you're not Sarah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You're not Sarah, I thought that was a nice touch, and I think that was made on purpose, obviously, because I think they knew what they were going to do. So that was a nice little.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was like the Uber.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
Slayer Uber.
Yeah.
Like, here's your tip, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah. Nameless, what do you think about the dragon and mech section?
I think it's a great pace breaker. Same with the Mech section. For streamline purposes, I would add the option to just skip them, but not in a way. So basically, skippable should be under two conditions, I think. It should be an unlockable, so that means the Mech levels of the Dragon sections, you have to beat these levels on 100%, like everything, so the game notices, okay, you 100% the levels. Do you really want to play them? Like a screen, you 100% the level, do you want to play the Dragon or Mech section? Can I click yes or no? And what I could imagine is some kind of exchange for the Dragon sections.
Yeah.
In case you're on UN, it asks you if you wanna skip them or no. And if you click yes, you have to deal with longer encounters through the level. Because what I know is every Dragon section comes with any foot section as well. You land somewhere and you fight. So what I could imagine in a good exchange is you skip the the dragon part, but you have to deal with longer encounters. Not specifically harder ones, but longer, definitely.
Yeah.
To kind of balance out the level length, because like the dragon section is like in 1 or 2 levels, it's a pretty big chunk of the level. Yeah. And it would be cheesing if you just skip like 50% of it or even more.
Yeah.
Same with the back. I mean, the Mech section. I don't think, no, the Mech section 100% Mech, right? There's not a single. The Mech levels are 100% Mech, right? There's not a single option to get out of the suit.
No. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yes, I think there's something to make so the game will be more streamlined, so people can just rush through quicker.
Yeah.
Or just don't need to pay like quote unquote tedious parts. I think they're great, both of them. Because I remember like, oh my god, 5 years ago. When I played when I played Eternal UN, I wanted these pace breakers. I really wanted them. I was like, no fight, please, no fight. Just let me pass through. Let me get my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a key card. Just let me go through the door. Like in Super Gorgeous. No, just let me use the keys. Don't start at the counter. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And once I did it, I was extremely happy. But then, but I don't know. Like Eternal was, people were happy to just have pace breakers, you know.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know where the complaints are coming from, dude. Like, come on, seriously, come on.
Yeah. I think, Lenias, do you have anything about this?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I really like the sections. I was skeptical at first because of all the preview reviews from the guys who like had the game early, and but I really enjoyed them. I think there is a lot of complaint from reviewer that the mechanics of the Mech and Dragon sections were too simple. Like they thought like, oh, it is not as thought out as the Slayer gameplay. But imagine you play a new game and you play as a Slayer, and then you somehow switch in the middle of the game to a new combat system that is just as complex as the Slayers. So that would like be overwhelming. So I think, like Dennis said, it's a really good pace breaker.
Yeah, facts.
You come into a Mech section and you can just like go boom boom and smack up some Titans and stuff. So I really like them actually, and also the Dragon sections. It's much more like about exploring the map and seeking some secrets, and like Charles said, the fucking plot twist in the end. It's not a plot twist. The scene in the end where Azrak kills Serad. It's dude, I was so pissed off. Like I was so mad at him at that point.
Yeah, bro.
I think
fucking mad, dude.
The game could make you like hate him earlier in the game, but it at the latest at that point it did a good job to make him hate you, to make you hate him.
You hate him even more, dude.
Yeah.
The thing, like, to add to the Mech sections, bro. Like the thing is, like, if you fucking sleep in the Mech section, you die, bro.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know. You just have to take it seriously, bro. Like you get hit like a couple times with just the normal mechs, let alone the freaking the ancient one. If you slack though, you're dead, bro. So if you're doing UN, man, and you like take the Mech section for granted, bro, it's not you're gonna die and you're gonna start up. So you can't sleep on that shit, bro. You still have to fucking lock in, you know. Which is cool. It's not as hard. It's not as hard as like, let's say the fucking the arena in the foreskin plains where you have like an Araxtron on a ledge, like shooting you from afar, and you have like a pig demon, and then you have the cyber demon. It's not as hard as that, but you still gotta lock in on that dude and learn his combat. You know, otherwise your Ultra Nightmare runs over, dude.
Especially in the later levels.
It's like really, really cool. Yeah. With the Mechs,
what is it called?
Because you still have to lock in, dude.
What is it called? The level. I think it's chapter 21 or so. Like when you play the Mech and you gotta fight the Cthulhu monster.
Hellbreaker.
Oh, is it that? I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
The Cthulhu monster, dude. That guy, he's a dick, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the later Mech sections. If you're not paying attention, you can die easily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because they'll throw like 3 dudes at you, 3 mechs at you, and they'll spawn behind you. Like I think even more than Doom Eternal, where like the demons will try to flank you, and like outmaneuver you. The problem is in Doom Eternal, you have a lot of movement speed. So as long as you keep moving, like Yeet Hook, Ballista Boost, you can stay out of reach of the demons. But this one, you don't have that. Like I was talking about earlier, like they'll spawn shit behind you on purpose to screw with you, and if you're not careful, then you're gonna get dead. You're gonna get dug in by the demons.
Yeah.
Especially on Nightmare, dude, because that damage is so high, bro. Like that zombie's gonna get you. It's like either it's mechs or zombies or what do you call them? Titans.
Yeah.
Titans or zombies, dude. They'll get you if you're not looking behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I think the mech and dragon sections are okay. I don't think they're amazing. My big gripe with them is that they just don't work well on repeat playthroughs. Especially again when you're doing UN and you have to do those. I mean, seriously, like sometimes when I know I have to do them again, I just stop playing until the next day because I'm just like, I can't deal with this right now. I just want to fly through. I just want to fly through these levels and get back to where I died. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so.
It's still better than the Sentinel batteries, dude.
Oh, bro, those animations.
It's still better than Sentinel batteries, dude.
Yeah.
I hated that shit on Ultra Nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
On one hand, I'm with you, and I think like, okay, there can be an option to turn them off. I mean, I wouldn't complain exactly. But on the other hand, like, it's part of the reward when you finally beat Ultra Nightmare that you had to endure all these playthroughs with all that comes with it, you know?
It is.
With suffering comes satisfaction, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I'm suffering enough as it is with the levels, you know, like some of them are fucking hard, bro. On UN, like seriously, I mean, also I noticed because like what I started doing now, because I just want to finish UN, and the way I do it is that I just practice levels on Nightmare just to make sure that I know the encounters and all that, right?
Yeah.
And when I do those levels on Nightmare, I'm so comfortable, I'm so stress-free, everything is flowing, I'm destroying everything, boom, boom, boom. When I get on UN, I start shaking, like my aim is off.
Same, dude.
I start panicking.
It's like practicing. It's like practicing at home, and compared to like being on stage or something.
Yeah, it's like a presentation. Bro. You know what I mean? Like on stage, you're like, you know, it's the same feeling. You know,
performance anxiety, bro.
It is. It's exactly what it is. That's what it is.
That summarizes it. It's a good term.
When you first get a girl naked in front of you, man, you have the same reaction, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't like the circle jerk. What's going on here? Oh my god, bro. Like, but then the longer you go at it, the less that feeling will happen. Yeah. And you'll just be like grinding, bro, grinding.
Yeah.
I think the last time I felt that like jittery nervousness where like I couldn't aim, my vision was blurring, I was getting confused. I was doing the final encounter of CBT Atlantica on fucking Unbalanced.
Oh,
and I was just like running through it, bro. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna finally beat it. I'm gonna like, fuck, I died, dude. You know?
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling, bro. The adrenaline. If a video game can give you that adrenaline, dude, that's a fucking good thing, man. So like, enjoy the Nightmare or the Ultra Nightmare while it lasts now, but eventually at a point it'll just become mechanical, man, where it's just like muscle memory and you're just like boosh, bash, bing, boom, pow. Like, I'm killing these demons. Fuck them, they're dead, you know. And then you get to the end, you're done. The first one, actually, like the first Ultra Nightmare is always the best, dude.
Yeah, it's the biggest accomplishment for sure.
Yeah. First, and then it's just, I think, bro, you'll get it, dude. We'll all get it eventually. It's just gonna take us time to grind it, learn the game, memorize the spawns, and like find the new tech or the combos that we need to stay alive, and then it's just gonna be a matter of time, bro. But we'll get it, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of weapons and combos, I want to hear your guys' favorite sort of not only weapon, but just like weapon combo or like setup at the moment. Like, is there a way, like, is there something that makes you where you feel very comfortable and you're able to take on any challenge? Is there a weapon or a combo that makes you feel that way?
My beloved Impaler.
Me too.
Yeah, Impaler's the shit, bro. I love the Impaler too.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
I mean, I think my most played weapon is the SSG at the moment.
Yeah, SSG. I love
just
that
slaps
too.
when you're right in front of the demons, so it really goes well with the shield bash. So you can just melt through things.
Does.
Yeah.
Melt.
Yeah.
I like the way Lenias is thinking there, dude. The fucking shield bash SSG, bro. Especially on Arachnotrons, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
quick.
Good.
Quick kill.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Good, yeah.
The problem is it makes you very vulnerable, right? Because like you're very close quarters, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have to be very aware of what you shield bash into and what's around you. You know what I mean?
I try to get a feeling for the aggressive game style because I think that I don't know. I just tend to be more aggressive in those kind of games.
Yeah. Absolutely. Should we wrap up gameplay and move on to something maybe a bit less interesting but worth talking about, the story? Or should we have something else to?
I don't know. I think taking advantage of the as far as the gameplay goes, the shield runes, and then the
we have to discuss that. We have to discuss that for sure.
American Eagle put out a video where he did the BFC encounter, where you first get the BFC using only the shield runes, right? He would just parry, and the shield rune would do damage or like stagger demons or whatever. The worst one, the very worst one, is the machine gun one. That sucks ass. He died. All right, and then the next best one was the blades, the ethereal blades or whatever they're, ethereal blades.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would say would be the shock one. But the best one, and actually demons would die, and he would get armor, was the earthquake one, dude.
Yeah, the ground fisher, or whatever it's called.
Ground fisher is very, very good. But I think it depends on what demons you're fighting.
Yes.
Are you fighting a bunch of demons, or are you fighting one demon?
That's what I was going about to say.
Or a boss. Yeah, it's gonna because sometimes like I'll fucking parry some shit and the rune won't even activate. Like it doesn't do shit. Yeah, it's like is it just like
it's only on the Hell Surge attack. So only like when an imp, for example, does the flying green attack, and you parry that.
Is it the opposite? Is it only a projectiles?
Yes.
Is it only projectiles?
I don't know.
Because
like,
otherwise it would get. It's only for projectiles because otherwise you would like have a rune every time you parry like the boss fight, for example.
It's like melee attacks. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
No
come
melee
out,
attacks.
so
only so-called hell surge attacks.
Projectiles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's the thing you got to think about too. What are you fighting? Is the boss doing only melee, or is he doing projectiles? Right.
Yeah.
And then some of the melee weapons too, like the chain, the what's it called, the flail.
The flail. Yeah.
The flail is kind of shitty, dude. The flail isn't that good. Like it gives you armor, but I think the punch does better because it shocks the enemy and stuns them, so you can get all your hits in. Mm-hmm. And then if you have it maxed out, you get a bonus hit if you parry, so you get four hits.
I think.
And sometimes if you hit them enough, and then you get like the dazed effect where you do like not the glory kill, whatever they're called. It restacks it, so you can get like 5 hits in.
Yeah.
Right, and then with the NK Ultra, the freaking what's it called? I call it the NK Ultra, the mace, like the Devastator mace or whatever. What's it called? That thing, if you get it perked up, Dread Mace, yeah. You get an extra one, right? So I can go into like a Cyber Demon, block 2 attacks, SSG, hit him with the mace once, get the purple dazed attack. That's free. And then I hit him with the mace again, and he's gone. So I can kill it. I can kill a fucking if I do it right, I can kill a Cyber Demon in like 2-3 seconds, bro. Easy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like, it's just a matter of planning it out, like having the mace ready to go full, so you can get the bonus attack and then parrying and stuff. But then you still have to worry about the other demons. So like, the game is definitely complex, man. And if you do it right. and then not push the wrong buttons. Like oftentimes I'll push the wrong fucking button, dude. Like I'll go into parry and I'll push the fire button. I die.
I think with the flail, it's
But,
if you have like a bunch of enemies at one point concentrated, then and you like punch once with the flail, it gives off much more armor back than if you just hit like one
it's
enemy.
AOE.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The restack is good. Yeah.
Yeah. But pro tip for the Dread Mace: if you're using Impaler, and if you're using the Impaler and you have the lobotomy upgrade, which is the last upgrade, headshots recharge the. I'm not sure if it is a full charge or if it's partially charged. Partial. Okay. But it's still, how easy is it to get headshots in this game, honestly, bros? I mean, it's
big heads.
with Impaler, it's pretty easy, right? Yeah, everybody has big heads, right? So
if your aim doesn't suck like mine, dude. Yeah. I just be like.
I mean, it's a match made in heaven for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
probably that's also going to be patched. Probably, I'm sure.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like the equipment feed from Eternal.
Yeah, equipment feed.
True. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a
course.
good.
Kind of reminds me of it.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Well, what about you, Vidass, man? I've been talking a fucking lot, honestly.
At the point, I want you guys to talk a lot.
Lenias has been talking. Dennis hasn't been talking a whole lot. Maybe he's busy doing like a circle jerk or a snow.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about you, bro? Like, we haven't heard much from you, man. Like, I want to hear what you think too, man. Like, we know you're doing Ultra Nightmare, and you've been dying because of like skill issue or whatnot, because the game's hard.
Skill issue.
What do you think about like the shield runes and like the melee weapons and I just freaking weapons in combat in general, man? With like the heat blast, or you have like the ricochet, or the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher with the fucking, what's it called when you
heal yourself?
You get your health back if you shoot up close.
Cannibalism, I think it's called.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Cannibalism, yes. What do you think of that kind of stuff? Let us know what you think, bro.
I haven't been using the rocket launcher that much. For me, it's been SSG, Impaler, Cycler. I love the Cycler. I think it's really fully upgraded Cycler. Yes. Oh my god, so powerful. And what was the last? I love. It's been patched now, but I love the Savager, especially on bosses. The Ravager, sorry, Ravager, not Savager. Ravager.
Yeah.
So the very sort of concentrated, very concentrated fire. Like the what's it called? Not the range, but like it's a very sort of very constrained, like projectile stream, basically, which means that you can concentrate it on bosses, and it just does a shit ton of damage, and it heals you, and it drops ammo, which is OP if you ask me.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So those are my go-tos for weapons, but like Impaler, but my staple is Impaler and then throwing shields. I think that just because by throwing a shield or by shield bashing, you charge your empowered shot on the Impaler. That does a shit ton of damage.
Right.
And I just swear by that. I think it's so fun.
But also the recoil of the shield stuns the enemies. They have a small parry animation for that. I think I saw that in the Silas video. So
yeah, exactly.
Recall,
I guess that's why I see a lot of speedrunners also like play with like spamming the shield throw button to get that stun repeatedly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where I got my inspiration from. So I've been looking at what's his name? MMAfro.
Yeah, controller guy. Yeah.
That speedrunner guy. Yeah, exactly. Controller guy. Yeah, he's. I've been following him, and that's been pretty cool. As for melees, I use the gauntlet a lot because of the jolt upgrade, which means that if you hit somebody once, you apply jolt, which means that they take more damage.
Yeah,
and on top of that, exactly. On top of that, you also get as you said, the fourth extra melee. I don't remember the conditions to get that, but I mean,
you got to parry.
Parry. Yeah.
You got to parry. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for the shield runes, I used the turret a lot at the beginning, but then I figured out that it sucked, except for bosses.
Yeah.
Bosses. Yeah, the turret for bosses is pretty good. Yeah, because like it focuses. I think it's very good for single enemy targeting, basically.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I used the daggers because I felt like for the daggers, every upgrade is basically extra damage, damage, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool.
Definitely is the AOE damage rune for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But lately, I've been actually switching to the what's the lightning bolt one called?
Lightning.
You know,
it's the very last one you get. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one.
Oh yeah.
Like Heaven Strike or Heaven something or no?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So what that one does
with the names of chi.
We don't even know the names yet, bro.
yeah, bro.
That's a lot of new names,
noobs,
bro.
Man. We're still noobs.
I had to learn the level names first, dude. Spire of Neverthul, the holy city of Aratul.
The only one I remember is the foreskin plains, the Tower Nigga, dude. I guess it's Neverthul.
Oh, bro. But yeah, the lightning bolt, what it does is that it applies jolt, so extra damage, and on top of that, it staggers like in an AOE area, which means that it's great if you're using a high damage weapon, right? So that's been my go-to lately. But again, we're talking about this, and I'll bet you that in 1 or 2 weeks' time, Siler is going to say, this sucks, just use Ground Fisher, it's the best, everything else sucks, And I just love how these things evolve over time, like we just figure out new metas, and that's why we all love Doom, I guess, because especially modern Doom, because there's so much complexity that we're figuring stuff.
Yeah, one thing I want to add, like before I forget it, it's like for every weapon that I hear someone say like, oh, it sucks, it's basically useless, there is another person that swears by the weapon or the feature. Like you can't really nail down one thing that is objectively like everyone agrees on it, like it's weak. No, you can't really. You can't do that.
Exactly.
Are you sure? The Impaler hits that spot pretty good.
The Impaler is great.
I heard a single person talking trash about the Impaler.
Oh yeah.
No, me neither. I think to be honest, now.
No. I heard one video that got a lot of views where a casual player, was like, okay, I rank every weapon of Doom Dark Ages, and he gave like from S to C, so S A B C, he gave the Impaler a B. So second to last place.
Bro, I saw that one too, and I think it wasn't. I think I don't think it was a B. I think it was a C.
Something like that, yeah.
Wasn't it a C?
It was actually like retarded. I can't think of.
He probably can't aim, bro.
That's what I first thought. He probably isn't the best aimer. He relies more on DPS, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's personal. I know where he comes from.
Personal, yeah. Dennis is right, dude. Because like when I was playing Doom Eternal in the beginning, I could not aim for shit on controller, like PlayStation 4 controller. So I never used the ballista, because the ballista is like slow. I couldn't punch swap it, so it was just slow to fire. I used fire once, and then you have to wait to reload.
Yeah.
I didn't quick switch, so like. The ballista, I never used it because my aim sucks. So like if your aim sucks, the Impaler is not the weapon for you, man.
No, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He's more. I think he's more of a person that relies on splash and AoE damage.
Yes, yeah.
That's
so
it.
like the recycler and like the rocket launcher maybe, or the needle gun, anything that has a rapid rate of fire. Like when I sucked at games and I played Doom 2016, I would rely on the plasma cannon or the plasma gun, and the super shotgun, because you don't have to aim very good.
Yeah.
But Lenias' point is valid though, man. Like everybody's got a gripe, and NVIDIA has too, man. Everybody's got a gripe with each weapon based on your personal skill level and whatnot. But like all the weapons in this game are good, dude. Like even the fucking the shitty little plasma gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Accelerator?
It feels good to shoot.
The accelerator, yeah.
It sprays weapons it sprays bullets everywhere. But
Yeah.
if you throw a shield in a heavy and then run up on him and like shoot him, it charges the heat blast, and then you heat blast everything, bro.
Once
and
you let go, it just boom.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even know, man. I had no idea until I started doing the weapon challengery for it, or the weapon mastery.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this thing rocks, bro. Like, you just get up close.
Yeah.
You get up, you throw the shield to stun him, like, and then the shield's digging in him.
Yeah.
And then you just, bro, the heat blast. I don't know if I use it all the time, but it's a tool for you to use, man.
Yeah.
There's so many tools in your toolkit, bro, like based on how you want to play the game. That's the thing I like about this game. Kind of like in Doom Eternal, where you can use full auto if you want to. You don't have to, unless you have to kill stone imps. But even the stone imps, I'll either chainsaw them or double D-blade. This game's even worse, like as far as like, or even it has even more of a menu of weaponry and like tactics to use.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that are locked in, like the parry system and the shield. But as far as the weapons go, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice like that. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just as long as you know how to do it and you get the timing right.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah.
I also like the one weapon approach of the game.
Track.
Like you can choose one weapon and just go with it. You basically never run out of ammo for the whole playthrough, and you can just say like, I like this weapon, I can do everything with it. Of course, you cannot do certain things that you can do with other weapons, but you can manage every situation. And that's great, I think.
Yeah. Which feels very, very alike to classic Doom when you think about it, which is, back then, if, you could rock the not the basic shotgun, but like once you get the super shotgun, then you just use that all the way through in Doom 2, right? Or you could use the rocket launch. Like it's very. I think that this whole meta of switching weapons constantly, that's something that came about in 2016, and I think they realized, okay, I think we're maybe heading. I don't agree personally, because I think it's really cool to quick switching and I love that game loop, that combat loop. But I think id Software as a whole thought, okay, I think we're losing people because they think that this is becoming too much of like an ADHD kind of game where you're switching constantly, moving around, blah, blah, blah. I think we should go back to the roots of Doom, just having like a grounded approach where you're sort of avoiding projectiles, using your favorite weapon, and just having fun, while adding more mechanics, which is what they've done, right? Which is obviously the shield of all things. And you know what? I really appreciate it. And I think this is something that we'll get to at the end of this episode. But like how we rank it compared to Eternal. I don't want to discuss that right now, because I think I just want to end it. I kind of want to end on that, because that's also going to reflect our ratings, our final ratings of the game. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Have we covered gameplay enough?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think we have. Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, for now, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So let's move on to the less important part of the game, which is story.
Yay!
That's
story, bro.
Can we please start with the quote from one of the original developers from id Software, John Carmack? Like he said.
Yes, please do. I know it, but please say it.
He said like, the story in an action game is like the story in a porn movie. It's supposed to be there, but it doesn't have to be good. Something along those lines, like.
Yeah,
it's just great.
It's in a Doom game. It's even more specific. Yeah. He said in a Doom game.
Oh yeah, true.
That's
Though the thing, the story with this game and the plot, it feels a lot more thought out, and during the gameplay, it comes out more developed and like coherent than like Tag 2 did.
Yeah.
So I think they did a lot. I think they did a lot better with the storyline in this game.
Yeah.
With the what is it? The fucking the girl with the tentacle arm.
Thera.
Commander Thera. She's the heart of Argent, or what? Not Argent. What is she like?
Yeah, I think it's called the heart of. I think that's what it was called, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Like the whole storyline behind her with like the fat worm infested maker dude, he actually betrays the Slayer and he gives up her. He tells the fucking ass crack dude that she's the heart of Argent, and like the story progresses. So like it's like it makes more sense than the Dark Ages. Sorry, the Dark Ages makes more sense than Tag 2, in my opinion. And the story works better that way, like the way it works. Like this dude's like wants to be the leader of hell. He's challenging the Doomslayer because the Doomslayer is feared by all the demons. He tries to get a heart of Argent. This girl has a wraith spirit in her, and then like that's how he gets his power. And the Doomslayer kills him anyway. Like, and then the end, right? It seems like it works a lot better than like Tag 2 did, where like the Dark Lord is you. Like a clone of you, but like in their world or some shit like that. It was just weird, dude.
Yeah.
I like the story.
Yeah.
I like the story. It works good. Like Daisy 2 dies, you get mad, you kill him.
Daisy 2 is crazy.
That's a highlight for me too.
King Novak lets you use his mech because he knows he's a bitch and you're gonna kill him. All the freaking Titans. So it like the story. I think the story is like a lot better. Like they had a lot more time to plan it and to think it out, and I think the story really makes a lot of good sense.
Yeah, I also like the cutscenes.
This compared to, the cutscenes are really good, dude. Except for like the ray tracing bullshit in the cutscenes and the dithering, like the quality isn't that good, but like the story behind the cutscenes is great, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's moments where, and I think some reviewers have discussed this. I don't remember who spoke about it, but like the story, I don't care about story at all in video games. I'm only there for the gameplay. But there's moments where it feels a bit disjointed. Like let's say there's the end of a level, and then you see Doom Guy going somewhere, and then start of the next level, he's somewhere completely different. And that's something, I really don't care, like, because I'm not invested in the story, but I understand for somebody who is a lore nerd, seeing that thinking, hey, wait a minute, how do you get from there to there? Minor criticism, obviously, but it's still things. It just reminds me a bit of Eternal, where you have to stitch the story together by reading codex entries, right?
Yeah.
And there are codex entries in this game, but they're less instrumental to the story, which I think is a good thing, because I think lore nerds, again, I'm not one of them, but lore nerds don't want to spend their time stopping and reading. They just want to, rip and tear, essentially, right? So,
I'm kind of a bit of more of a lore person. Not completely, but I appreciate it that it's there. I think the Doom lore is cool, with all the complexity that it has over the years. Like in Eternal, we of course had like Erdek, and we never could have thought about that in 2016. And I think it adds so much more depth to the universe. And I think the story overall in Dark Ages is good. It's not overwhelmingly good, but it's good. But it also, I don't know if it's more story related, but maybe it is. But I think like the Cosmic Realm is really awesome as a place, but the way they implemented it in the story, I don't know if it serves the whole location that well, because you just go there to find Thera, and it's not like the setup for the location isn't that good in my opinion. Like in Erdek, we know beforehand, no human set foot in this world before, and it's the world of the Maker. It's mysterious. You don't know what to expect, and then you suddenly are there and look at it, and it's amazing. And I don't know. I think the Cosmic Realm didn't have that kind of build up or hype around it before. So I think that could have been better.
Yeah. And you know
like
what?
The witch is linked, dude. The witch.
Yeah.
the witch is the link to the cosmic realm, and like I don't know who they want to return their god. Like the dude, she was supposed to help Askrak find the Heart of Argent.
Yeah.
And then Askrak was supposed to help them return their god. So like, did he plan for the Doomslayer to go and release the old one?
Maybe.
Like, I don't know. It's
maybe he played us like a
it's not really explained. Yeah. But the witch is the key because she's from there.
Yeah.
But they don't really tie into how hell and the cosmic realm became allies and how the witch got involved and all this shit. So it's kind of just like, it's kind of like a side issue. You're like, oh god, we fucking side realm tentacles again. Fucking tentacles, dude. What's fucking Hugo Martin and Marty Strap-on and all these tentacles going on? You know. The worst thing. I think the worst thing about the game is tentacles that pop out of the ground that you have to parry, dude.
You have to parry them. I know.
Good thing they're not too
like
common.
The cosmic realm, like Lenias was saying, like the cosmic realm really looks cool, and the music in the cosmic realm is probably the best music of the game. And like the it really looks great, but like it's kind of like a side thing. You know?
Yeah, it's just another location.
Like, it's cosmic, it's cool, but it's just another location. Like we're not really.
Yeah, I'm not really invested in.
It's like a detour.
Yeah.
It's like a detour. By the way, we're gonna stop here before we get gas to the next town. You know, like
pretty much.
Yeah.
True.
So I hope there's something more in the DLC. Possibly more multiple DLCs. So I hope there's more about the cosmic realm there to hype it up.
Yeah, probably will be. There's something that I noticed is that. The Cosmic Realm really reminded me of Urdak.
Yeah.
And you could tell that even, the traversal things, where you have to hop through those rings. Remember that in the Cosmic Realm?
Yeah.
You have to shoot, you have to shield bash your way through those rings to get to another island.
In the city of Riul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's like Urdak, man, when you have to jump through those rings.
Oh yeah, think about never thought about that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But like, for me at least, I preferred the Urdak looks and vibe, but also the soundtrack. Like Urdak had a creepy soundtrack about it that I really
very
enjoyed.
Eerie, creepy. Yeah.
We'll get to very creepy. Yeah, eerie. Like, and it's funny because like it's angelic. Because like you're kind of hearing like angels sing in a way, but at the same time it's really creepy, right?
Yeah.
Again, I mean, we'll get to the soundtrack after this because there's a lot to cover there as well. Cosmic Realm for me, it's not as good as Urdak. That's at least how I felt.
I mean, I like the
it.
visuals of the Cosmic Realm. I cannot deny that it looks stunning. And then I like the secrets that kind of fuck with your mind, like. You're running around in a circle forever until you turn back, and then you can get to the secret, for example.
That secret, it fucked me up. It really fucked me up. I had to reload a checkpoint because I thought it was a bug. I was running in circles, and I was like,
"Great, man!"
Did you guys not? I mean, did you guys get it the first time?
I mean,
I did.
I to be honest, I pretty early thought like, okay, if I turn back now, it's gonna change. But I just wanted to know how far they will push this, and you can run around there for a long time, I tell you.
Yeah. Nameless, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. What I wanted to say, still coming back to the story, actually, is so basically what I saw is like people meant it's more like a trilogy now. 2016, Eternal, and TDA.
Yeah.
I think they shot out of every barrel of the story. They just really went full in with it. Yeah. Which I never saw before. At least not from a Doom game.
Yep.
I'm definitely not used to that, to all the cutscenes and the cinematics. And I think, because Dark Ages is a sequel to 2016, or like a prequel.
Prequel, yeah.
Yeah, prequel, yeah.
So what I think is it's very smart they did it that way, because now you know what happened before 2016, and now you have a reason to just go back to everything.
Yeah.
You have a cycle now.
Good point.
Because you know what happened before 2016, okay, and now you're gonna add up 2016 to Dark Ages, because now you have the beginning, and then you just go from 2016 to Eternal, and that's how the trilogy ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best way to build up a story, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really nailed it. They really nailed it with TDA.
Like Hugo Martin said, like he already mentioned the Dark Ages plot in the Slayer's Testaments. To your point.
Yeah.
I wanted to add that, you know?
Yeah. So
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you,
time.
Dennis. Sorry.
No problem, dude. I will start anyway. That was all I had to say about the story. Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It really adds up to everything, and it's great. It's great to see them at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall,
I have one thing that I'd like to say is that.
Yeah. Go on.
No, go ahead, Lenias. Go ahead.
Okay. Just overall, I wanted to say, like, I really enjoyed the cutscenes and the story, and I don't know. Even on repeated playthroughs, I sometimes watch them anyway. I think it's good. Good that it's there. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish they had invested less in cutscenes and more giving us a few master levels at release. But that's just my opinion. That's just me being me, you know. But
bro, you still got a U in the game, man. You can't worry about master levels yet, dude.
I know, but like master levels are a good way to get you ready for UN if you think about it.
That's true.
No.
But you can also play with
I mean?
sliders. You can replay the levels on 500% Slayer damage. So damage 2-player.
Max sliders.
Yeah, that's
Sliders.
oh my god, what a nightmare that is. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So
But one thing.
does that wrap up story, or do you have? Go ahead.
I don't know if it falls into the story, but I think it's a good place to bring it up. But can we just appreciate that the Slayer looks 10 times better in Dark Ages than in Eternal? I mean,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
how do you say, his suit or whatever. I mean, like when he has the helmet, like his face.
He looks more innocent.
He's younger, dude.
Yeah.
He's like 1,000 years younger, dude.
I mean,
like,
he looks kind of weird in Eternal. Like his eyes are kind of wide apart. Like I don't know.
They're way too far apart, man.
Yeah. They just made him look much better in the Dark Ages. Like no homo, but the dude looks good.
Facts, yeah. Facts, man.
No, they did an amazing job at designing not only the Slayer, but just seriously everything. The demons, the worlds.
It looks great, dude.
It really does look great.
Aesthetically, it looks fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah, it really does. And I think one level that's
great.
One level that really surprised me, that really caught me off guard, and we'd seen it like a lot in the previews, was Siege. Siege is an amazing level. It's just maybe a bit too big.
Siege Part 1 is the first level. I don't remember who it was exactly, but somebody said when I was in a voice call with a bunch of people that Siege Part 1 is the new counter space.
It is, dude. You die there a lot.
Yeah,
you die.
it's true.
It's a skill ball, bro.
It is, bro. Yeah, for sure. It is.
I also noticed that on my first playthrough. Like, everything was good and fine, and I thought, like, oh, this game is too easy. But then I came to Siege 1, and I got my ass clapped in the fucking bigger arenas.
Yeah.
Dude.
There's so many places to die there, dude. So many places to die.
Yeah.
There's a room where you're locked in, so you drop down, and you're locked in a room full of barrels.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Hell Knights and Stone Imps. What a nightmare that is, right? And let's not forget that in this game, for some reason, I don't know why, but in this game, you're not immune to barrel explosion damage.
No, you die.
For the whole playthrough.
Yeah, why? Why?
I think it's just I don't know. Maybe the thought behind it was like it's not really like why should you be immune to barrel explosions all of a sudden? But I think from a gameplay perspective, I think they didn't put too much barrels into the game, so I don't recall like dying a bunch to barrels at all in the 2.5 playthroughs that I have. But yeah, I don't know. Just another thing to be considered. I think one of the core principles for the game was like positional awareness. So you have to be like aware where you are in the arena and
don't get too close to the
in relation to demons and potential threats. So I think they just wanted to make sure that that's another ingredient, like the spice of the soup, maybe to say like, okay, even the barrels can kill you, so be aware of them. I don't know. Maybe that's the thought behind it.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else about story, or should we move on to soundtrack?
We can
sound
do
design,
sounds first, so we can all like.
Just a small info. It's kind of out of place, but the info is to the release of Dark Ages. A few days later, Eternal in 2016 hit an all-time peak again.
That's crazy.
Players.
Yeah.
According to the Steam database, Eternal had like 8K players. In 2016, had like 6K players.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Concurrent players, so at the same time.
Yeah, at once. Like 24 hours.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah. Because of the TDA release. And I think that's what is gonna happen when these games will just not die. Especially not Eternal with the like mod support now.
Just look at Classic Doom.
But what I have to say is, to do all respect to the mod support, it came way too late. They fucked up the timing, big time. They fucked it up.
Yeah, way too late, bro.
Yeah, way too late. Way too late. We were talking about 4 years in it.
Yeah.
Like more 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Yeah, it was summer last year.
Would have been better if we got it earlier, but at least we have it now, I think.
Yeah. I think people could have cooked way more stuff.
That's true. That's totally true.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I just know like a handful of people, including me, that work on something. I think, like excluding me, there are like 4 people I know that are working at something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and like Salim is one of them.
Yeah.
He always is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreamy.
I hope we get it earlier this time.
Yeah. Let's see. But I think the problem is it's take 8, which means that I'm not sure they're gonna be in a rush given how recent it is.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if I could wish for something, then maybe when the last campaign DLC drops, I don't know if it's gonna be 1 or 2, but if the last, would be nice if we had a mod tool at that point.
Yeah, agreed. We can just let's cross our fingers.
Yeah.
Let's cross our fingers. That would be amazing. Cool. Should we? So, Lenias, you wanted to move on to sound design first, right?
Sounds first.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. Yeah, let's do that. So, so what do you think, Lenias? Given that you're the expert in sounds here more than us.
I mean, we all can enjoy the sounds or music or whatever, but I get the point. I think the Doom is always about the how can you call it, like the action ASMR, like. For example, if you have the chain shot or the reaver, how it's called in the game, if you like hit a fodder or whatever with the ball, then you hear like the crushing bones, and it's like the frequency they mixed it to. It's like really like, I don't know. I just like listening to it. I think all the sounds in the game are great. Also, when you punch with the Mech, you have that smack on cracking, and I don't know. And also, one point, there was one point in the boss fight from Enhanced Azrak when he spawns like the 6 or 7 red figures around you. And you really have to pay attention to where the sound is coming from to know which figure comes to you next. And I really enjoyed that, because you don't have that too often, that a game relies on directional sound cues.
That was cool.
So I really enjoyed that.
That's true.
I heard some people say... Yeah? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was going to say that, however, there is an option in the game that allows you to... it's a threat detector, so it tells you where a parryable attack is coming from, and it shows you an arrow.
That's true.
Yeah, no, you can set it up. It can show you every attack, every projectile where it's coming from, or the parryable ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I had that off, so yeah. But I'm just glad that it also works this way. Yeah. And what I was about to say is, I heard some people say the sounds are too compressed, but I think it's just the nature of the game. When you have all kinds of stuff going on and you have the loud rock music in the background, then yeah, you have to compress the sound. So if it wasn't compressed, then the quieter parts you wouldn't even hear in the loud setting overall. So if the game's gonna tell you something, it's gonna scream at you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, precisely. Another thing, I mean, obviously, when we talk about sound, we obviously have to speak about the weapon sounds and the feedback. And the first thing I noticed when I played this game on the first day is how fucking good just the combat shotgun sounds.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
It's
slaps. So crunchy. It really slaps. Like when I compare that shotgun sound to the Eternal combat shotgun, there's no one wins. One just wins by far, right?
Yeah.
So that's another aspect that I really thought was good. And you know, the parry attack.
Oh yeah.
Or projectile.
That sound is addicting.
Oh my god! You know. Bing, bing. That was.
It's like a fucking. How do you call it? The meditators when they have a bell. Like it's kind of like that, you know, when you hit the bell. The dong.
The Buddha bell.
Yeah. Buddha. The
sound design is great. I think it sounds great. Everything sounds really, really good. Like the super shotgun, the rocket launcher,
it's
parrying.
Doom ear candy for sure.
Yeah,
it really is.
Because like the sounds are rewarding. Like you hear the good sounds when you make a good parry. Bing.
Yep.
Like Ricochet 2 coming out April 12th, whatever. Bing, and then bing, and then you get in with the NK Ultra, whack, and even like the whooshing sound of the melee weapon coming in.
Yeah.
That big ass mace, whack, and it just feels and sounds heavy, dude, with the audio like crushing the bones of the demons.
Yeah. Doom
it's
always
so
had like good sounds
sounding
in the modern Doom games.
Yeah.
I also love the sound of picking up armor. You know, like armor shards at least. You know, like that. That tick 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 tick.
That's
you know,
especially addicting in Eternal when you have like a bunch of demons and you put them on fire.
I might have a chance.
Yeah.
I might not die.
And it goes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like, I got some stack, dude. I might live.
I got some stack.
They cooked on. I mean, they definitely did a good job on sound. That's for sure. Really, really love it.
Yeah.
An issue, however, that I've read, I haven't noticed it that much, but like apparently, like there's mixing issues when it comes to sound and music. One sounding a bit louder or not loud enough compared to the other.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you've experienced that, guys.
Yeah, I turned the music to 100% pretty quickly because I couldn't hear it properly, and when I did that, like it was fine. But the standard setting is like, I think 80% music and 75% sounds or something. So if you put music on 100%, then it was fine for me. But I think the thought behind it as well was like, okay, we're throwing so much stuff at the player, we want them to hear it, so we make the music a bit quieter. And but it was fine for me when it was louder.
Yeah. Cool. Should we move on to music?
Sure.
Or rather, soundtrack?
Yeah.
I think this is the real meat and bones, and I think I don't want to get into the whole no Mick Gordon shit because I think it's just been overly discussed and
No need to right now.
No need to right now. Yeah. So let's just focus on finishing move and what they've done here.
Yeah.
I really, really like what they've done. First of all, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I loaded up the game for the first time and I heard that menu music, man, I thought that slaps. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I was hyped even more.
Yeah.
This
Me
point,
too.
I was hyped even more.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. I get some like Witcher 3 vibes with the violins.
Yeah, there's a bit of that.
The toggle harpa.
But then it drops.
Yeah.
And then it drops, bro. The menu music's fucking slaps, bro. It's good.
Yeah,
it's better than Doom Eternal menu
I think
music.
everyone agrees on that, at least, yeah.
Yeah. I think where not everybody agrees is, I think the first few levels are kind of like Doomy, if you think about it, like, rock, how would you describe it?
Yeah, it's...
What kind of music? I mean, what kind of genre would you? Is it rock? I mean,
it's kind of metal.
Metal, right? Yeah, it's metal. Yeah,
metal already. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then as you sort of progress through the game, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but like as you get to the third act, it becomes a lot more Hollywoody, if you see what I mean, like a superhero making his way to the boss.
Yeah. Like some,
I think the whole score actually.
Classical music.
Yeah.
Orchestra.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Orchestra, classical music, and I'm actually I was actually pulled into the experience by that. It worked for me, but I can sympathize with people who are the hardcore Doom 1, Doom 2 people who really want heavy metal all the way through, and it has to be the same kind of music. So. They made it diverse enough for every act to be different, which I kind of like, to be honest, because it's variety is always good. If you hear the same music all the time, you kind of get bored of it, right? So I think it's
the thing I noticed was the level where you're dead. What's it called, man? Like Hell something or
Harbor of Souls?
No. What?
Souls Harbor or
Harbor Souls? Yeah.
Harbor Souls, yeah.
Yeah.
You have the music gives you a real sense of urgency.
That's it. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. That's the song,
Yeah, it gives you a real sense of urgency, like to get the hell you got to get out of hell and get back and kill this ass crack dude, because he just freaking took your girl. He's going to freaking destroy all the sentinels. And you got to get the hell out of hell quick and right now and kill all these motherfuckers and get back there and get revenge and stop everything, dude. So the music is great. It's kind of driving the gameplay in that aspect where it gives you oh man, I need to hurry up. I can't screw around and waste time here. I gotta fucking move, man.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's kind of cool how music has that effect on you, where you based on the tempo and the crescendos and the decrescendos and the way the music creates that ambiance. Oh man, I need to hurry up, bro. I can't screw around.
Yeah.
No,
true.
Exactly. And I think basically every Doom game has to have, it doesn't have to be heavy metal necessarily, but it has to be music that you sort of that complements the gameplay, right?
Intense in the fighting sections, yeah.
Exactly. It has to be intense, and it has to complement the feeling of what you're feeling. For example, let's take the example of where you find the Skull Crusher for the first time. Remember that?
Yeah. Sentinel Barracks.
You go into a room. Exactly. Yeah, and you head into a room, and then you just spray and pray. And there's a music there that the rhythm fits the Skull Crusher sort of sound. Yeah. And I think that's genius because
everyone's gonna use that weapon in that room,
you have to. You're obligated to, right?
I didn't.
You didn't, bro. Damn.
No, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
They're
Nice.
forcing me to play a certain way. I hate Doom games.
Yeah.
Oh god,
It's like,
man.
watch. Like, no, it wasn't that, bro. It's like, oh, I know they want. I just picked up the Skull Crusher. I know they want me to use it, but like, watch this, bro. I'll do it without. I'm just gonna use the shot, the shotgun, the combat shotgun, or the shield, or whatever, dude. You know, or the plasma. I'm just gonna spray the plasma everywhere, bro. Like,
Nice. You can also just throw the shield.
Like, yeah, exactly, bro. That's me being
true.
retarded, bro.
That's true.
Until I figured out it was a mission challenge, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, kill 40 demons, right? With the Skull Crusher or something like that. Yeah.
It's like,
Nice.
God damn it. They boxed me in a corner, damn it, I'll use it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nameless, what do you think about the music?
The thing is, I remember I had that issue with sometimes the music doesn't play at all. Sometimes compared to the game sounds, it's really silent. So I had to boost up the music up to 90 or even 100%.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So far, the only song I really came into was the song from the first level, actually.
Oh,
Like I think that's the hardest one.
Yeah.
I don't remember it now.
Unchained
Jeez,
Predator.
damn.
That's the problem with the soundtrack,
Yeah.
bro. It's forgettable.
Yeah.
Unchained
It's really
Predator.
forgettable, dude.
Yeah, it's true that the thing is it's really good, but there's no standouts like in Eternal where you have the only thing they fear is you, or
Meat-Hook,
the Call to
Call to
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Super
Hell on
Mario.
Earth, Hell on Earth, Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good, but there's no big standouts where you're like, okay. But actually, for me, one standout, and for some reason it's been so stuck in my head, because I kind of think it fits the ambiance, is in Siege. There's it's an ambience. It's not really music. It's like ambient stuff in the background. It's like playing Elden Ring, if you remember that. Like there's this sound in the background.
Yeah.
And try to listen to it. I think it really fits. It fits the Siege level for some reason, because Siege is such a big open level that there's not action. It's not constant action, because you kind of have to walk from arena to arena and explore and find secrets and all that. Which means that if you had heavy metal there constantly, it wouldn't work. So you need something a bit more calming, right?
Yeah.
So
the ambient overall is pretty good in this game. I think
The ambient's great, dude. Yeah.
it gives off a specific
Especially
feeling
in the
for the
fucking,
levels. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Especially in the freaking tentacle levels, bro. The ambient's really good. Cosmic Realm.
Cosmic Realm, yeah, true. Yeah, it works.
The ambient's really good.
Yeah.
All the music is good. It's good. It fits, and they really constructed it well to match with the lulls. Because combat is combat, right? You'll have endless boredom, and then all of a sudden intense fits of freaking combat, craziness, right?
Yeah.
And the music, it wells up and it dies down. It wells up, but none of it's really iconic. And,
the thing is, to that point,
or
I hear a lot of people say oh, I can't remember a melody or something or a song. And one thing I think you have to consider is there's always different kinds of soundtracks. For example, you all know and remember the melody probably of movies like Jurassic Park or Indiana Jones or a lot of the Rings, Star Wars. All these movies have iconic melodies that you can easily recall. But there are also a lot of movies that you watch the movie and you're really immersed in it, but you don't remember anything from the music, and that's intentional most of the time. It's just if the music doesn't take over, you have more space for the plot and the figures inside of it. And I think because they wanted to go more Hollywood movie, and the story takes more room in that game. I think that might be one reason why they went with less pronounced melodies in this game. And but I have to agree that sometimes it feels just another generic gent song. I personally like all the metal songs. I personally like them, but I can surely imagine that it's not gonna be the best for everyone. You know, it's music after all. You know,
I don't know, like sometimes it feels like musicians making metal, like recreating metal, in the, like what they think metal should sound like people that don't do metal normally, they're like, oh, it should sound like this. Like it's like not forced, but like they're trying to recreate something that they don't actually have a passion in or actually do all the time. Like, oh, like they use 6-string guitars, so we'll use 6-string guitars. They use heavy low bass riffs, so we'll use low bass riffs. And there's there's like a lot of like pedal, what do you call it? Like pedal E flat, or what did we call it? Like when you like use the E or the low B or whatever they have, like it's like very generic. It sounds like very generic, like metal made by people who are trying to make what they think metal should sound like or whatever. I don't know.
I know. That actually
but
makes sense.
It's not. I'm not saying it's bad. It's like very well produced. The sound quality is great.
Yeah, the quality is good.
And musically, it's very good. Technically, very, very, very good. But it's just like creatively, like from a creative standpoint, it's just not there. You know, as far as like.
I think I also have to agree. Like Mick Gordon it's a brilliant musician, and he can produce, compose, and mix and master music like I haven't seen anywhere else. Like in the soundtrack for games kind of stuff in that genre. Yeah. And he basically created a fucking genre on his own. So. I don't know. It probably is like unfair to compare anyone else to Mick Gordon when he made the Doom soundtracks. Yeah. And also, I think I think he peaked at 2016 and Eternal. Like, I couldn't imagine him going one step above that. It's impossible. It's his master of puppets, so to speak. You know what I mean?
What's it called? Yeah, master of puppets. Pulling the strings back to the front. You will die. What the fuck's I forget the lyrics. He did the what is it? The stupid Russian game with the robots.
Oh, Atomic Heart or whatever.
Didn't he do some Atomic Heart shit or no?
Yeah, that's
true.
I
think he did. Now that I think he did. Yeah.
But
I've not played that game.
The thing is, Leonidas of the 300. This is Sparta. Like I'm not even comparing finishing move to Mick. I'm just saying like metal in general, dude.
Yeah.
I know they're just like they're not. The thing is like I think we're expecting too much of them because I'm used to listening to like great metal bands like Opeth or fucking like Sepultura back in the old days.
Yeah, me too.
And other stuff. And compared to those like great metal bands, they're just kind of like generic.
Yeah. And I mean, I can listen to the soundtrack, and I have listened to it like 2 or 3 times on its own when I was at work and was driving around places. And it's good music. I can listen to it. But I would overall, I mean, I praised it a lot, but I would overall give it maybe an 8 out of 10. All things considered, while Doom Eternal is probably like 9.5 at least out of 10 for me.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing like is like I've been in my car driving to work listening to your music on YouTube, and I wanted to rip my steering wheel out of the car and like smash the inside of my car with it, dude. Like I was just getting fucking like crazy with it. But like
can't get a bigger praise. Thank you.
The music for the music for Dark Ages. It's like it's good. Like
it has that moment like also, but it's much farther apart.
It doesn't give me like the fucking like rage out like metal mosh pit like I want to just destroy everything kind of fucking vibe, you know?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you really good. I mean, you make good music for sure, and it really fits in a Doom game. And I think I've told you this before, right? It's I've listened to some of your stuff, and it's actually I really like it.
Yeah, you have to have that hate inside you.
Yeah.
Yes, you need the hate, bro.
Wow.
Too angry to die, bro. Like this Doom Slayer.
No, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we, before Charles falls asleep because it's getting late for the poor guy, should we move on to the wish list?
Oh yeah.
Fast travel, dude.
Oh yeah, fast travel.
Definitely fast traveling. Definitely, 100%. It has to be. It has to be in the game.
Yeah.
Needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one
That's
criticism.
a good point.
One criticism, maybe they can fix it, is like the poorly placed checkpoints. I don't like them.
Oh my god, dude, yes.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the checkpoints, bro.
Yeah.
I hate the checkpoints. Why do I pick up the yellow key, walk like 200 or 1,000 kilometers to the other side of the map and die, and then I have to go back and pick up the yellow key again? Why?
Yeah. One example. Yeah.
I know.
There should be a checkpoint there, you know?
They'll fix that, I'm sure. They've always done that in recent Doom games, haven't they?
I think so.
No.
No?
No, they haven't?
The checkpoints are like Doom Eternal checkpoints are really good, dude. Like you pick up a key or you open the door to another part of the map and you spawn there when you die. Like the Gore Nest, if you go to Slayer Gate, you die at the Slayer Gate, you spawn in front of the Gore Nest to open the Slayer Gate.
That's the thing. I think in
Yeah.
Eternal they always made sure that they had a save point after the combat, after a hard arena, and before the next challenging arena. Like I think they had only the one or the other in Dark Ages. Like, oh, you had a hard fight. Okay, here's a checkpoint, but you have to do like 2 incidental encounter, and then you come to the next hard encounter where you died, you know, and then you can try again. But you have to do the 2 incidental encounters first every time.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's really open. It's not as linear as Doom Eternal or Doom.
Yeah, that's true.
2016, so
but it's also in the more linear levels.
A side effect.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's true. It's kind of a side effect of the open world, but like there should be checkpoints for like big things. Like you get the secret key or like a gold key or yellow key or blue key. You know, you should get a checkpoint. It's just add a fucking checkpoint, bro. It's not that hard.
No, I agree.
Just add it there. Just say, okay, if the Doom player picks up this key, save, checkpoint, boosh, like you're done.
Yeah. But I think that issue is mainly in bigger levels, isn't it?
Yes. Well, yeah, I think so. But you know what though? Ultimately, it doesn't matter because when you're doing Ultra Nightmare, there are no checkpoints.
Oh God, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it.
So like we're just kind of just crying about nothing right now for checkpoints.
Yeah, we are.
But I also remember in the Sentinel,
skill issue.
in the Sentinel blah 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 station. I don't remember the level name. There is one
Sentinel
checkpoint.
Command post?
Yeah, there is one checkpoint where you have a kind of tough fight where you have a long hallway with a bunch of buffed fodders and whiplash and stuff. And
I died there.
And if you die there,
you
have to do the fucking like Mancubus again that is across the big gap, and then an incidental encounter with an Hell Knight, and then you have to climb up, and then you're back to where you died. Congratulations.
I think it's level 2. Yeah. Level 2 towards the end, if you die in the final arena in level 2, you have to go back down 2 or 3 walls where you climb up and fight 2 Nightmare Imps again, dude.
Oh yeah.
So you fight the 2 Nightmare Imps, you climb up the wall, and then you get to the arena. Instead of like respawning in the arena, it pushes you back further.
Exactly.
But again, like if you're gonna do Ultra Nightmare, checkpoints don't matter.
Again, that's true.
Yeah, like, what's the point?
Well, unless you're gonna push Alt F4, then they don't matter. If the game locks up, if you get a soft lock, you know, then they matter. But
bro, I can tell you one thing.
It doesn't matter.
I raged so bad one day that when I died, I pressed escape, and I was contemplating. I had my fingers on Control Alt Delete, and I was Alt 4. And I was like, should I do it or not? Will this be, you know?
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. But I want to earn it, man. I want to earn it because when I do it, I'm going to fucking post it I'm gonna post it on YouTube as a post, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of that gold skin, and I'm gonna write, I did this on default Nightmare, and it sucked, bro.
And it sucked.
You know.
All right.
Dude, this game is so much longer than Eternal 2.
Oh yeah,
man. It's
22 levels. I mean,
yeah. Not even levels. Not even levels. It's nice they describe it as chapters, not levels.
They are
chapters, not levels.
There's twice as many chapters, and you get to fight ass crack like 5 times, bro.
Yeah.
Five
stages.
5 iterations of the ass crack, bro.
Yeah.
The maker boss is easy, bro. The maker boss is easy to do, but ass crack, I hate him. He's such a dick, bro. I'm used to like.
I gonna practice
attacks.
the shit out of that boss fight if I ever get there on Pandemonium or Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah.
You can believe that.
Practice, bro.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's past midnight for me.
Oh
yeah.
I'm gonna dip, dude. Like
I have one last thing I didn't.
But before we go, I know we gotta rate the game.
Yeah, we have to rate the game.
Charles, I want to hear. Charles,
Lenias, go ahead, Lenias, go, Lenias. Lioness.
I got one more thing that we can do at the very end, if you guys are up to it, but I didn't tell anyone about it, but I prepared like 5 or 6 quiz questions about Dark Ages, if you're into that.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right, Ben.
Whoever knows it first can just screams it at the fucking microphone. Okay. Where do you find the first and probably, I didn't check it, the first and probably only red keycard?
Where you're dead. Hell's something or other.
The dragon level, the first dragon flying level, where you're flying over the very first dragon flying, where you're taking down those ships. What's the fucking level called?
That's true. It's the holy city of Aratum. And
there you go.
And you get it. And you get it when you go way down in the center.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one of the secrets.
The other keys are skulls that are red, and you find most of the game you find blue key cards.
I've never would have come on that, dude. Actually,
that's the holy city of Umbaticum.
Okay, next question.
Holy city of Umbaticum.
Yeah. The holy city of Umbaticum. Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
Next question. How many eyes does the Crete maker have?
6.
8.
8 is correct.
All
of them.
2000 for Vitas. Put your hands up.
It is 8, in fact.
Put your hands on my stack, bro.
Okay, next question. Which standard weapon do you get last in the campaign and where?
So no super weapon. But it has to
standard
be
weapon. Are you talking about melee
no.
or gun?
Just the guns.
Rocket launcher, and you get it in Hellbreaker.
Hellbreaker, yeah.
That is not correct. Dennis?
What is it? It's not shield, it's not melee, so regular gun.
Yeah.
The last one you get is the... Let me think, is that the... Super weapons are not included as well.
The fucking... not the fucking crossbow, the BFC, dude.
I didn't count that.
No, those super weapons.
No.
For me, old-time arsenal, you know?
Yeah, only the regular weapons, the guns.
It's not the rocket launcher?
No.
I was convinced it was. Bro, okay.
What?
I need to play this game some more, man. I don't get it yet.
I'll tell you. It's in chapter 12, the Sentinel Command Station. It's the Ravager.
Oh, it's true. So the rocket launcher is before that. Yes.
Oh, the Ravager.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's after the hell levels. It's after the hell levels. I think you get the rocket launcher in like Hellbreaker or something.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Next question. I only have 3 left, so it's not gonna take very much longer.
No worries. Yeah.
How many teeth does the shield saw have? It's a bit more detailed one, but I wanted to include it.
64.
Are you serious?
You can
count them?
You can just
Lenias?
guess.
Did
You can
you sit
just
down
guess.
and count them?
I counted them. Yeah.
64.
No. Everyone has to guess.
I would've-
2016.
38.
Vidas, what do you say?
80.
Okay, Dennis is closest. It's in game. It has 18 teeth, and if you look at the official cover of the game, it's 22. 18.
Damn, that few.
Yeah, that few. Yeah.
That was way more than that. Damn. Okay. Oh.
All right then.
All right. I think this is kind of a boring question, but I put it in anyhow. How many weapons are in the game? Like, how many guns?
6 guns, and like each individual has 12. BFC 13. Do the upgrades count as well? Melee?
No.
16.
Just guns.
12 guns.
So 12 plus the BFC.
BFC 13.
No, it's 11 guns
13.
plus the crossbow, because the
Oh,
chain
yeah,
because
the
the chain
Reaver-
gun has no alternate.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Right.
Reaver only has.
Gotcha.
Lenias, that's a good question. That's a trick question.
Yeah.
That's a good trick question. You know. You
Okay.
got us there.
Last
Good job,
question.
man.
Last question.
The chain shot.
Which
Yeah.
level?
Yeah.
Which level contains no
Tricky
Slayer
bastard.
gameplay? Which chapter? I'm sorry.
Which level?
Which chapter?
Which chapter contains no Slayer gameplay?
Yeah.
Which
In Mechs,
chapter?
the Mech levels.
I mean, in some you have.
Is
For
it
example, in
Resurrection?
Chapter 3?
in the
Resurrection?
in the
Chapter
last
3?
hell level, resurrection, or what is it? You control the mech,
Resurrection,
but then you go on
Chapter
foot.
3.
Yeah, chapter 3 is correct.
Oh, damn it! True. You're
Barrier
right.
core. You don't play as the Slayer there. Yeah.
Ah,
Harrier
yeah.
Whores. Harrier Whores, Chapter 3.
Carrier horse. Okay.
Coming
No,
out
that's
April
it.
12th.
I think overall Vidas has the
My
most
favorite
correct
one is
answers, but yeah, you all did well.
I win.
What you mean?
Foreskin Plains. All right,
Thanks.
dudes, I'm gonna dip. I appreciate
that's
everybody
it.
for.
That's it for me.
Thanks, Vidaz, for setting it up.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for
And,
joining. Pleasure.
Yeah,
And,
man. I'm
and my
just like-
overall
I'm-
rating
I'm
for the
gonna-
game
I'm
is
gonna-
like a 9 out of 10 with room
Yeah,
for
sorry.
some improvement.
So Charles,
Yeah,
before you
I'm gonna-
leave, we need to give
Yeah.
everybody has to give a rating. So Charles, I'll start with you, and then you can leave if you have to go.
I'm gonna give it like a. If Doom Eternal is a 5 out of 5, I'm gonna give the Dark Ages 4.96 out of 5, bro.
Okay.
Because
So we're going-
specific.
like all my issues with the game right now is skill. And the only thing that I think is mid and doesn't work is the music. So I'm giving it a minus 0.04 for that, dude.
Okay.
So 4.96 out of 5 compared to Doom Eternal being a 5.
Great. Cool.
And Doom 3 would be like a 10.
Oh please. Oh please.
Get the fuck out, dude. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, dude.
You sucker.
Good night. Good night.
I'm digging you, bitch.
Bro, you gotta sleep.
It's yeah.
Nope. Yeah, no. That was a joke.
Cool. Nameless, what is your rating
Well,
out of 5 for this fabulous and amazing game?
Out of 5. I mean, I played a bit when we started, and I encountered a soft lock. Where was it? It's the level where it starts with a black screen and red letters that says hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's that level. I encountered-
Forsaken
Foreskin
Plains.
Foreskin Plains.
Shut the fuck up, child. Exactly. I counted a soft lock there. I remember the time when I went in one of the dragon sections, and I got stuck in the ground.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I had a soft lock at the boss fight.
Is this on your
Last
first
one?
playthrough? Is this on your first playthrough, Nameless?
Yeah, but all happened on the first one here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, music cuts out. Music is really silent. Music doesn't play at all. I think sometimes the parrying is off because it just doesn't register certain hits.
Sometimes
not always, and it's not
yeah.
on every. But it's like as random as it can be. It's like really unpredictable.
Yeah,
and it can
some
happen on
players,
every projectile, every melee attack.
Some players suspected that it is happening when you have a frame perfect parry. Then the game registers the damage and the parry. So it feels like you're being betrayed. So yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is forced ray tracing.
Oh, that's
something that I really don't see in the future, at least not in the nearest future. It definitely needs more polishing and everything, and especially more testing. Because
good testing.
The thing is, they just get an even bigger games. The graphics are being bigger, and they have to hire more people. I don't see the reason why they need to hire more people if upscaling exists, which basically just scales up the game with AI, just to hire more people so they can charge more money for the games. That's something I'm really worried about in the upcoming future in games, especially like the prices, the game prices were skyrocketing. Just because they just want to hire a lot of people that don't even need to because of upscaling and that like bites each other. But come back to the I think it's like it's going to be a success. It had a rough start. Let's be real, it had a rough start. Especially many people encountered like the collector's edition. They could just play 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And I had problems with unpacking my game as well. I had to. I had problems unpacking the game because I pre-downloaded it and I had to unpack it and I had to restart my PC like 2 times for it to actually complete, because at some point it just started measuring things in kilobyte, not even megabytes, one lower, and it took days to be finished. And I had to restart. But I think I would actually give it a 4 out of 5.
Wow, you scared? Seriously, Nameless? I thought after that whole rant, you were gonna give it a 2 out of 5.
Yes. I mean, it sounds rough, and I think, but I must say, it definitely has its potential. You still can learn things from scratch again. But also another thing, it's another complaint, but it's just for buy side, 100% for buy side. I really have a hard time adapting to anything because I'm still watched to Eternal. I'm just happy to be in my current state of Eternal. And I really have to get into it. It's like an entirely new environment. It's like changing your job, you know?
Yeah, true.
It's like you're back at zero, completely. Yeah. You're just back. You don't know anyone. You don't know anything. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how shit's gone. It can be the same job, but you know how companies can be. Sometimes they just mind their own business and do things different, and you have to adapt and overcome. But to be fair, I must say, even with mod support, when we reach that point in TDA, I don't think I would have spent as much hours in TDA than I did in Eternal. There is no way. Eternal will be my 5 out of 5. I still have complaints about it. Whiplash. But Eternal will always be my number 1. It's not about it's not about like it's what the game gave to me.
Yeah.
Will always be a special place.
TDA is still a great. Yeah, still a great game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope we get some kind of master levels, and I just hope the developers don't rely on the thing that, if you want to make a harder challenge, just use the sliders. I want different demons. I want a different level progression, different items. I just want to encourage certain areas differently.
Yeah.
Just that's one thing I'm also worried about. They just rely on the sliders too much.
Yeah.
But I could say that its software, like the developer teams and shit, are like one of the few base developers out there.
Yeah.
They're one of the few. They just die out rapidly. But yeah, let's hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Cool. Lenias, your turn.
Yeah. I think I would give the game overall a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's a really it is already great as it is. I wouldn't have put so many hours into it already as I have if it wasn't already great. I think it had a rough start, but I think the amount of bugs that I encountered is very low for a new game at this day and age. And I hit like one crash of the game, and that was it. Like in over 80 hours of gameplay at the moment. And yeah, I don't know. I think it is already very polished and good. It has obviously it has problems, and I think most of them will be addressed. And then I will maybe change my mind and give it a 4.9 or whatever. But at the moment, I think 4.5 feels good overall. For me personally, at least.
Well, yeah, cool. I'm also giving it a 4.5. The 0.5 points lost are simply because of, to me, the mech and drag sections. They just don't do it for me, especially as I said on repeat playthroughs. And then some minor bugs here and there, but it didn't affect the experience too much for me. Overall, I'm really, really happy with what they've done. And what I think what surprises me the most and what makes me really sort of, hopeful about the future of the Doom franchise, especially for this game, is how they took such huge risk. I mean, they decided to get rid of multiplayer, which is such, in today's world, a game without multiplayer, it's frowned upon because, like, a lot of people, that's, they depend on live service. It's what, exactly. So they got rid of that in a franchise. I'm sorry, but Doom is very reliant on multiplayer in general. And on top of that, they just took a risk of changing the scope of the game completely, going back to medieval times. Shield parrying, like, these are all things that are sort of very alien to the Doom franchise, but they figured out a way to incorporate it and make it fun. And I really applaud them for that. So I have minor gripes, but overall, like, I just love them for I love them for the balls they have to be able to come up with a product like this.
That is very true.
That's
on that note,
well, it is Doom the balls age, man.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
On that note, you all know the bands, the kind of bands that put out the same album like 12 times in a row, and then you have like these special gems. I don't know. Sometimes it's just one guy who does the songwriting or whatever. Like bands who bring out albums that are different from one another, and every album is unique and is great. And I think Hugo is that kind of similar person in the developer realm. Like, I think if we didn't have Hugo, then I don't know, a lot of the appeal of the newer games wouldn't be there, because he wants to do something new every time he makes a Doom game, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Papa Hugo.
Innovation is at the forefront, which I think we need more of in this industry, because, like, I know Call of Duty, if I look at that franchise, which I used to be a big fan of when it first released back in the day, right? Like, especially the first Call of Duty, so technically Call of Duty 4, then the first couple Black Ops, and then it turned into something that was just the same game every year, every second year, with minor changes. Kind of like FIFA, precisely. And I am sick of that practice. I'm sick of it. And I'm really happy to see a developer that actually thinks every 5 years we're going to do something completely different. And we don't give a fuck if people hate it. We know we're going to have a big amount of the player base that are going to like it because they can tell that we're taking a risk. And I'm one of those people. So
me too.
Really happy for it. So
all right.
What people should also keep in mind is about the COD releases. They use the same engine. And the problem is they don't fix the exploits. So that means you're still you buy the new COD and you're still as vulnerable as you were in the game before.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's just lazy. It's lazy design, right?
Lazy,
So,
yeah. They put a lot of thought into the combat loop for this, dude, to change it up.
Yeah, a lot.
It took a lot of balls.
It took a lot of balls.
Change from the Eternal Combat loop, which was a big step from 2016, even, like, because there was people like, wow, this isn't a Doom game. Like, people that complain like Doom Eternal's not a Doom game because you
Christ,
ballista boost and lead hook and there's weak points. Like, dude, bro, there's still glory kills. You can't rely on Berserker, and you can't just spam one weapon all the time, bro. You have to think more. And then they fucking turned it up. They're like, guess what, bitch? Now you don't have dash. Now you don't have meat hook. You got a shield, but you got to use it at the right time, or you die.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't just spam. You can't just spam fucking quick swaps anymore. Now you have to think about and plan your combat more. So it's like they keep tuning it up, man. Which is fucking great because like they're not just putting out the same slop, like you said, dude. It's just, and the only every master level, every fucking modded bullshit I played, every CBT thing, like I would bitch and complain and hate the level until I beat it, and then once I beat it, it's the greatest thing ever, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's just me. That's just me, dude. Like once I learn the game and I get better at it, then I'll say good stuff about it. But like I'm gonna front load this one, bro. I'm gonna say it's good. It's a good game, dude. I just gotta learn.
Yeah.
I just gotta learn the loop.
Yeah, we all do. I think like another thing I'd like to mention is that had If Software been a company like, I think it's Blizzard who makes Call of Duty now, right? Is it them, Nameless? Or
Activision Blizzard.
Activision Blizzard. Treyarch, sometimes the Felt and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say Doom Eternal had been developed by Activision Blizzard or Treyarch, right? I mean, not Treyarch because like I trust them a bit more than Activision Blizzard. So Activision Blizzard makes Eternal. It comes out. It's a huge commercial success because it's released in the middle of the pandemic. It sells a lot. People love it, etc. 5 years later, I can bet you that company would have made Doom Eternal 2 because they would have thought, hey, that game worked. We're going to do the same thing with newer weapons and like live service. Exactly, live service and all that shit.
But that's already weird because we would never have any kind of mod support and we would just nuke every possibility.
They wouldn't listen to the player.
Well, yeah. No.
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's exactly why we need people like Joshua, the senior community manager, and we need Hugo Martin, the game director. We need people. We need people like them. It's really important that certain companies hire people that are
passionate,
not only on the technical, like high technical knowledge, but they also know what they do. And know what they want and know what they can just think on. I just want to sit on a Saturday evening in front of my console, PC, whatever. I just want to have like a good time, you know. That's the type of people we need. We need people that think that way. They just think like the regular person, you know.
We need like real gamers to make games, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, and get rid of the fucking investors, dude. Get rid of them.
Yeah, get rid of them, bro. Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Cool, guys.
Yeah.
Do we wrap this up, or is there anything else we've done pretty much everything. We've covered everything we had to cover, right? So I think we're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I mean, if something new comes around the corner, then we can do another one. But I think at this time, I think we handled everything.
Absolutely. Awesome. So whoever's watching this, subscribe if you want to, and obviously I'm also gonna you know, why not, and
thumbs down please.
help us.
We're captured.
I'm also gonna
release us.
Just don't watch the old live streams, please. Don't watch my old live streams.
Yeah, especially Charles's,
especially the Dark Ages. Don't watch those.
And I'll also post everybody on this call in the description, so you can have a look at their profile too. So at their channel as well. So
And
Thank you guys.
I'm also be there in the comments.
It's been
and
amazing.
answering
Thank
questions if everyone is like wanna ask something. I'm also gonna be there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
When is Leonidas gonna make the new Dark Ages soundtrack, bro? The real soundtrack.
When Wicked Shade 2 comes out, it will be April 12th.
Yeah.
I want Leonidas to make the real soundtrack, bro.
Yeah. Get to work, bro. Do
Yeah.
it.
Hurry up.
All right, let's do it.
And then we can mod it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. And
Me too.
And
Me too.
speak soon.
Yeah.
All right, see
Take
ya.
care, guys.
I
Yeah,
later.
bye. Later.
Later.